Revelation chapter number 21, verse number 13. On the east, 3 gates. On the north, 3 gates. On the south, 3 gates. And on the west, 3 gates. The Apostle John is going into more detail about the city. And he's letting us know that it had 3 gates on each of the sides. And we've already determined that these 3 gates had the names of the children of Israel. Now, over here in our treasury of scriptures, we can find Ezekiel, 48th chapter, verse number 31 through 34, describes something similar. We know Ezekiel talks about the temple that he saw, and then he talks about the city, and he gives details and measurements along. Now, we know that this is not exactly the same city because the dimensions are different. And we also know that New Jerusalem did not have any temple in it, as we're going to read later. So we're definitely talking about 2 different instances, but we wanted to point out the similarity in the city that Ezekiel saw versus New Jerusalem. Now, here are examples of 3 gates on each side. And each of these gates, just like what Ezekiel saw, had the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. Isn't that such a beautiful thing? Those 12 brothers. And those 12 brothers are just such an example of the redemptive power of God. When you read about the 10 other brothers, some of the acts that they did killed a whole city of men. They raped their sister, and 2 of them killed a whole city of men. Sold their own brother into slavery. Judah himself denied his daughter-in-law from marrying his son who he had promised her to. You read about these men and you wonder, how in the world? But in the story of Joseph, we read about how they all repented and how they were sorry for what they did to him, how they repented. And you see how once again the redeeming power of God can take our mistakes and bring us back to him, reconcile us back. Yes, some of us has done some of everything, but the love of God, the power of God can yet brings us back now. And the only way to get into the holy city is through the gates. The gates signify the strength. The gates signify the security of the city. If you lost the gate, you lost the security. And yet the 12 tribes of Israel's names was etched in each one of the gates forever. What type of honor and glory is that? The city where God's presence will be himself. The city where the Lamb will be himself. And you had to go through one of their names just to even get in it. What a mighty God we serve. God can bring any of us as long as we repent and believe in his son, Yeshua. No matter what you've done, God can bring you back. God, we thank you and we praise you and we give you all the glory and the honor. Thank God.